The online education market is expected to reach $185 billion in 2024. So if you've been thinking about creating an online course or a digital product, this video was made for you. I began selling courses in 2021. The first course I ever sold was a mindset and manifestation course, and I sold it for $297. When I did my first launch, I barely knew what I was doing, but I still made 2 sales. By the end of 2021, I actually made 6 figures in just 6 months. And that's when I realized the potential of the online education or online course marketplace. Now, fast forward a couple of years later, I've made over $1 million selling online courses, coaching, and some other services through my online education business, the Conscious Creator Academy. So the very first thing that you need to do is you need to create an offer. Now you're like, Julia, what is an offer? An offer is a transformation. Where are you going to take someone from point A to point B? So think of it like this. What is some personal transformation story that you've gone through in your personal life that you now feel life experience qualified in to teach someone who's 6 months to a year behind you? For example, when I first started on my journey, I had no business success. So I'm not gonna go promote myself as an online business coach. What I needed to do was I needed to have some success in one business first before I go be a business coach. This is a big problem that I see all over social media. People trying to teach business that don't even have a business. So what did I know? I knew about spirituality and the law of attraction and manifestation. So what I did was I started posting videos on TikTok and on Instagram all about the law of attraction and manifestation. And what I did was I compiled that feedback from people in my free community on social media, and I took their questions and I put it into an offer. Now, a really great offer focuses on 3 main things. The first thing is their current situation. You have to meet people where they're at. Then you have to figure out what is their desired situation, what is giving them wet dreams, what is making them so excited that when they scroll on Instagram, they're like, I want what she's having. And then lastly, your course bridges the gap, the how. The biggest problem I see on social media and with internet marketers is that they speak too much to the how and not enough to the dream outcome. Because the truth is, you need to sell people what they want and then give them what they need. Okay, you might need to rewind that for a second and write that down. So for example, you clicked on this video because you want to learn how to start, create, and sell your very first digital product or online course. Well, if I started with talking about offers and I put that in the title or in the thumbnail, you're gonna be like, I don't even know that I need an offer. So for example, this YouTube video is a prime example of an offer, and the packaging is what you want and the video is what you need. And then number 2 is, now that you have an offer, what I always recommend to my clients is a sell before you build strategy. So when I say create your offer, I don't mean go spend 4 weeks and build an online course. I mean get the marketing and the messaging and the packaging down. Once you have clear packaging and clear messaging, then you can go ahead and start teasing it on your Instagram stories. So let me give you an example of when I sold a $27 digital course that took me 2 hours to make. I was testing a new offer and I did a sell before you build strategy. So the very first thing that I did was I put it on my story and said, guys, if I made an offer like this, would you be interested? They said yes. They voted on the poll. So then what I did was I went and I messaged those people and I said, hey, what would you want to see in this offer? And they're like, well, I want Instagram done for you content ideas. I want to learn how to make captions. I want to learn how to convert my Instagram reels into paying clients. So then that's when I had the brilliant idea, let me call this content to cash. And then the next thing I did was I put on my stories and I said, how much would you pay for this? 27, 47, or 97. Because the truth is, you have to give people options. You can't leave them too much room to overthink. Naturally, everyone always gravitates to the cheapest option. So I said, okay, I'm gonna put this out there for $27. Now that I had collected all of this feedback and I knew that I had interested buyers, what I did was I went ahead and I made the course. And then when the course was done, before I even sold it, I had a list of customers. 10 people bought it before I ever posted anything on social media because they joined this wait list that I created on Instagram. So did I have an actual list that I wrote down of people's names? Not necessarily, but what I did have was a poll, and I went in my Instagram story archive and I went back to the people who voted on that poll and I sent them a message. And I got 10 sales out of the 30 or 40 or 50 people that I ended up messaging. So this is what I call a sell before you build strategy. Now, what I just explained to you was one of the 2 strategies that I teach inside of my main program, the Conscious Creator Academy. What I just taught you is a sell by chat strategy, but what we also do is a sell by call strategy. So for some of our higher ticket programs like the Conscious Creator Academy, we actually sell by sales call, because to me, I care about the depth of the relationship. So if you have a low ticket offer like $27, you probably don't need to go ahead and book a sales call for that. But if you have a higher ticket offer, maybe over $1,000, selling by call is a great strategy. If you're interested in learning more about the sell by call strategy, leave me a comment below and say sell by call, and I'll teach you everything that I teach my sales team that does over 100K a month in new sales for our signature program, the Conscious Creator Academy. Now, even though we're on step number 2 still, I want to get back for a second to talk about what is the software required to do this. Well, the truth is, if you're creating a low ticket digital product, you can create it for free, just like I did. I made it on Notion and then I sold it to people just in the DMs. And you can use one of my favorite platforms called Stan, that you can do a 14-day free trial and you can actually make your first few sales before you have to pay for the software. Now, if you're creating a high ticket online course, you may want to use a platform like Skool, which is where I host my high ticket online courses. And what this platform does is it combines the community, the classroom, and the calendar all in one place. So maybe your offer includes some live calls, or maybe it includes some curriculum like videos and worksheets, but you also want a place to bring people together. And no one's using Facebook groups anymore. I hate to break it to you. People want an engaging community where they can connect with people. People are craving connection in this new era of the digital space. And now for step 3, and the most important step, is actually how to market your course. So what we've gone through already is step 1, you have to create an offer, right? The marketing and the messaging around it. And then step 2 is you have to sell it before you build it. So the best way to start and scale an online course in 2024 is to actually get the feedback from your marketplace of what they want to see in your course first, test and launch a beta product, and then grow from there and iterate and expand. One of my favorite ways to build online courses is to think about the transformation, like we talked about in step 1, as a step-by-step process. So step 1, what is the first thing someone needs to do to learn how to manifest? Or what is the first thing someone needs to do to learn how to get their first 10,000 followers on Instagram? So now that you understand the first 2 steps, the final steps is to market it. So you've gone through your beta product, you've gotten some feedback, you've sold a few of them before you start building it. Now you want to really crank this thing up. So what you're going to do is you want all your content to lead back to this offer. Now, don't be sending people right to book a call. I hate when I see people's captions and they're like, book a call with me and comment and I'll send you the link. No one wants to voluntarily book a sales call. Let's be real. People want free value, and in exchange, they're letting you sell to them. If you have the solution to their problem, it's a disservice if you do not sell to them. So what you're going to do is you're going to follow my 7-day and 120 minutes content system. Now, how this content system works, I'm going to give you a high level overview, is you actually just block out 2 hours a week to make 7 reels. And with the system that I've created, you're able to do this. And honestly, I do it in about an hour and a half these days. So what you're going to do is you're going to split up your content creation process into 3 separate days: ideation, creation, and distribution. Then you're gonna have a 2-hour content block to actually sit down and create all the Reels ideas that you did on your ideation day. So on your ideation day, you're scrolling your For You page, you're looking at your past content, and you're doing lots of research and development of what this is gonna look like for you. And then on your creation days, you're just gonna edit these videos right in Instagram, the native editor. Use the Instagram font. And then lastly is you're gonna distribute. You're gonna post some juicy captions with some calls to action to some sort of freebie. And by the way, you're like, Julia, we didn't even talk about a freebie. All you're gonna do is you're gonna take the first step out of the course that you decide to build, and you're gonna use that as a freebie. Because what a freebie should do is bridge someone from having no interest to some interest to becoming a paying client. And the best way to do that is to solve their first problem. Now, at this point in the video, you're probably wondering, how do I even do this full-time? How do I become a full-time content creator, a full-time course creator, or a full-time online business owner? Well, I'm gonna teach you everything that you need to know and how to become a full-time content creator before the end of this year in my next video. So make sure you subscribe, hit that bell notification, and I'll see you next week.